Aries, let's clear some smoke and do your almost personal reading for this month. See what the divine wants you to know. So let's get right on into it. I have 3 best cards for main energy for Aries this month. Main energy for Aries this month, please. 3 best cards, divine. All right. I do hope that all is well and that you're doing well overall, my dear Aries. So let's see here. With Cheetah in reverse, there's a need to slow down and take a rest. You've been overthinking quite a bit and trying to outthink something. And this feels like energy that's spilling over from the previous month to now. Like at the end of last month, coming into this month, you've been like frantically thinking about something very specific. And the center is the bat, which would be more of a nocturnal energy, but it could also be about you feel like there's some sort of mystery in the environment, something, information or knowledge that you do not have access to, or you are not completely getting the entire picture here. There are things moving around and going bump in the dark, and literally when these things are going bump in the dark, it feels like they're knocking into you, which is impeding your progress here. And you're kind of cagey in a way. There's a lot that you want to say, but you also know that you can't. If you say certain things, you'll be showing your hand. So you're trying to keep things contained for right now, because again, there are nocturnal things going on, things that are going bump in the night, and you just, and unfortunately they keep bumping into you, and that's a problem, and you can't see where they're coming from. Okay. Then you have Dragonfly in reverse, and that's the energy of feel like blocked. Like Dragonfly may very well be one of your good luck omens. When you see a dragonfly, butterfly, etc., we all have our little, good luck omens, or things that lift us up in those moments where we're like, oh, we see that they make a day better, or we're having a tough moment or tough go of things, and we see that particular symbol, and it lets us know that divine is with us, and it's all for its purpose. It's part of the progress. So, however, right now you're feeling cut off, blocked off. And again, it's because the bad energy is air energy, which is air sign, which is about our thought life here. And then here is where you're not getting those spiritual downloads. You can't seem to trust. You have a gut feeling, but it's not intuitively led. It's not a divine intuition. It's a gut feeling. So it's whenever you feel it, it brings about almost a feeling of like being nauseous or uneasy. And that's a gut feeling, like something's off, something's wrong. But intuitively, you also know it's like it may be stemming from a place of fear, which is the fact that there's something not being shown to you. And so there's a difference there. It's like a gut feeling, like you're alert, you're aware, something's off, but you haven't gotten that intuitive leading that all is, that now things are being revealed to you. You understand what that feeling is. It's just there to alert you, like Spidey sense. It's there to alert you that something's up, something's off, but to pay more attention to something. And you're trying to figure out, well, what do I need to be paying more attention to? So let's see what the divine needs you to get more information on about this unknown known. Okay. Let's get to the details here. See if we can get you some more information. Deep breath, darling. Open mind, open heart. And let's see what the divine needs you to know. All right. 1515 was just on my timer. So if that's a good number for you, a good angel number for you, look that up as well. Divine, let's get the 10 cards out. So we have, let's see what we have going on here for our lovely Aries this month. Okay. So that earlier first messages that came in regards to this feeling of an uneasiness or dis-ease in the environment. Okay. But it's an alert. Okay. With the Four of Cups in reverse, ultimately you have a positive and content feeling overall, Aries. So that's really good. You're not mired. You're not down and mired by or feeling burdened by your emotions at this time. You are dutifully staying focused and wisely staying focused on the things that you can handle emotionally, and you are quietly trying to wait and see in regards to this uneasiness you feel. Now we do have two major figures here in the fire energy of Mother of Wands and Father of Wands that are out of sync with each other and are not in alignment in some way. Now they're both in the reverse. The energies are both in the reverse here, but for different reasons. Between these two is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Strength card upright. Somebody is trying to have their way. Okay, between these two energies. And more than likely the Father of Wands wants the Mother of Wands to suppress her energy, because the Mother of Wands tends to be like the starlight, the star of the story. Very just a gorgeous energy to be around. Very much the center of attention, not often by no real effort to be, just lighthearted, effervescent, funny, entertaining, savvy, quick on her feet, quick-witted, talented, can turn a phrase, great storyteller, beautiful in her own way, whether it be just, physically beautiful and attractive, or in her presentation, just all around a wonderful person to be around. I don't feel it's more ego driven here. It's just, just a very, in the purest sense, very much a star. This Eight of Pentacles in reverse is a wanting for like a selfish energy to suppress that. The Strength card up right here, all of this fire energy, Leo there, and then Cheetah was out too, like, whew. And that would be the King here, because like the cheetah, she hunts, and in the lion world, the lioness hunts, right? She really runs things. The king the lion himself, male lions come around and they do their little thing, and they may battle for ground, and then they have kids by try to impregnate the different lionesses of different brides, etc., stuff like that. But then he ends up killing the cubs, and because he wanted, it's a whole thing. But there's something here about the masculine fire energy wanting the feminine fire energy to suppress herself, to hide herself. And being at the way that this the serpent is coiling around its eggs, it could be protective of children or something precious to her. It's interesting. Then you have the Four of Wands here with the Ten of Wands. you want to believe that this connection is, for all intents and purposes, really going well. Okay? And the King of Wands could be the main culprit in trying to convince the feminine energy that doing certain things, because you all are connected in a certain way, would best represent him, or the masculine energy, in a way that makes the masculine energy feel secure and safe. And that anything that is done to outshine it was not outshine, because outshine to me is intentional, to shine brighter than, more light reflected from, or emanating from the female dynamic in this connection, or the feminine dynamic in this connection, is somehow disrespectful to the masculine, which the queen is always the crown jewel. Okay? The king wears the crown, but the queen is the crown jewel, which brings light to the king. It's just how the shit works. However, that's in a balanced and aligned situation, meaning that the person wearing the crown understands that they are heavy as the head that wears the crown. It takes a lot to keep that king on that throne, and it's not just based upon what he got to say and do. There's a whole crew of people making sure the king is unimpeded in his ruling and how he rules. Now, that king does determine how his team works with him. Either he leads or he suppresses them. This is a situation where the king is suppressing their people. There we go. Come on with it now. Now we coming. Makes sense for this Four of Wands to be upright in the sense that, but everything is cool though. You ever been in one of those situations like with that gut feeling like something's off, but yet everything's cool though. Can't quite, you're getting bumped around in the dark. Some going bump in the dark and you feeling it, but you can't. By the time you turn around, what is it? You saw that flashlight, it's gone. Was it just a figment of my imagination? What the hell going on? Am I being haunted? That's how you feel, because this Four of Wands is here. And for all intents and purposes, nothing has really changed. But as of late, the masculine energy has become more and more and more and more controlling, easing it just a bit, to the point that you feel the Queen of Wands is energy of independence. Okay, independent thought, independent action, can be interdependent, but it is that divine feminine's choice to do so, right? And each divine feminine in the deck does that. But Queen of Wands especially is fiery, temperamental, don't like to be caged. Hell no. The other queens can kind of work with some strategy. Right off the bat, Queen of Wands is not gonna like it. It's either voluntary or involuntary. There is no gray area, no middle ground. Think Athena or Xena, warrior princess action. If you with that, like, hell no. Red Sonja, no. I will cut. No. Just no. Hold up, wait, no. And so when you find out, she finds out she's being tricked, she's going to cut everybody down to size. Hence, this Ten of Wands is here where it's becoming more and more of a battle and a challenge to is going back to that example of bit by bit by bit. It's beginning to awaken, and as she's coiling around and protecting whatever is precious to her, that she's starting to realize, that energy is starting to realize that you're feeling threatened. It's not about protecting your family any longer, or protecting whatever is precious to you. Now it's because you're feeling threatened and you want to be close to what is yours. And that's what's making it challenging for you. It's confusing in a way. You're not sure which is which, but it's really the energy of you feeling unsafe in your environment. You're feeling threatened by this masculine energy here. Six of Wands is upright, where you still want to contain that. But although everything is looking victorious, it's a very confusing time. But the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, of where you're not feeling the ability to grow and prosper and create here. Okay. The Hermit card is here where you have been taking some time and really going into spaces and getting quiet, and you're finding that you're having to sneak away to do this in a way. It's like you may be saying that you're going to do something else. In reality, you're really going to see a friend. There's certain levels of control that are being levied on you at this time, in which I feel the Mother of Wands energy. But it could be in reverse. You know what you got going on. It could be the King of Wands feeling this way about the Queen of Wands, whatever this case may be. Somebody here is in masculine energy that is taking on that, because we hold both energies. The masculine energy and the connection is really trying to levy a lot of control over the whoever's showing up as the feminine energy right now, the nurturer. And with this Hermit card here, you do pull yourself away, dear Aries, with which to gain divine light to your path. Okay, to shine, to get the divine lamp to show you the way. And hence with this turtle here, but you are pulling away into your protective shell. You are able to compartmentalize yourself and play well in this environment to show this Four of Wands and this Six of Wands upright. Because again, you really don't have any true concrete evidence that something's off. The Daughter of Swords, though, clarifying the Father of Swords in reverse. This person who's representing the Father of Wands energy definitely does not want to be watched or looked at. And that was my initial energy and thought when it was about this bit by bit by bit, where they're trying to levy more and more control. It's really about keeping you in a certain loop so that you do not go outside and venture out. The question is why? Why are you not allowed to go out and about and see other things and interact with other things that could possibly lead you to what? Find out what's going on with this Father of Wands energy? Let's see. Clarifying more on this. There we go. Sun card in reverse. Yeah, trying to, yeah. Swan of Wands upright, and then the Seven of Swords in reverse. If you can't see what they're doing, they can continue on with this Knight of Wands and keep doing whatever they are doing, and Seven of Swords keep you believing that nothing is wrong. There's no deception afoot. Try to convince you of that. They can delay being found out longer and longer if they can keep you in a certain space and in control and contained and pretty much kind of like numb. Like if they keep their path and their loop going, keep you all in the same loop, same processes, maybe throw a little something in here or there. Especially if you start looking at them a certain way or asking a certain type of questions or whatever the case may be, you try to go outside your normal schedule and they figure out something to do probably within 2 to 3 days of you trying to change up your schedule. They do something to kind of allay your fears, like a romantic dinner, or they get a gift, or they do something nice around the house, which then completely puts you back under a spell here. It allows them to, again, to be able to move freely like they want to do. There's something that it feels like that Five of Wands energy is hiding. This in reverse is about deception. This is about suppression. What's going on with the strength to this Father of Wands real quick? Hangman, Four of Swords, and then the Temperance card. Yeah. Delay. Keep you in a, again, focused on that everything is going well. There's nothing to worry about. Like, not that you're showing that, dear Aries, like that you're, because again, you're not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill against or that earlier energy. Just something feels off and you're waiting. Because there's a lot at risk here, a lot that you're protecting, and you can't just, it's like when you're like, I ain't no youngin', you know what I'm saying, mentally, or if it's in your, literally age-wise, you're not no youngin'. You can't just go off and just start up some mess right now with just too many things. Would just go haywire, and there's nothing concrete, but there is something here, okay, that needs to be investigated. They need to be watched a bit closer. This Hangman is keeping you in a loop mentally where they, and again, they're all cloaked up. And then the Four of Swords here is like putting you to sleep, resting on things. If there has been a situation of betrayal in the past, remember that they've been honest with you and forthcoming. That's not a part of their lifestyle anymore. I don't do those things. There's no reason for you to judge me. And then Temperance, we agreed that we were going to be patient about this. We were going to work through things. How we're ever going to get past this? If you never forgive me, if you every time something happens, you accuse me. That's the hook. But here's the line. Okay? The thing is, you also know this person's patterns when they're behaving properly and when they're trying to cover their tracks. That's the nauseum. That's the gut reaction. You know that they're trying to cover their tracks. That's your suspicion at this point. And it is not unfounded here. It's not. It's getting hard for you to do that with that. It's a challenge. The challenge is you want to believe them and forgive them because you need to. That's where you all have been at peace for a very long time, hence that Four of Cups in reverse. But here we go. And it's probably been a long while, but you're seeing the patterns. You know what they look like. And they're inch by inch, bit by bit, especially with them inching with them trying to get more and more control again to keep you in this loop. Which the loop is it protects them because it keeps them, whatever they're doing, undercover. They look like they're on schedule. Nothing's off. Nothing's off. All right, so let's see. Divine strategy moving forward for our Aries. Two of Cups. Happy to see that. Dart of Cups, Tower, and the Lovers in reverse. Okay. The question is going to be whether you take a stand with this person or whether you allow them to just expose themselves. And only you and God know what's going to be best for you in your situation when it comes to that, my loved one. Okay, dear Aries. But that feels like that's going to be your decision this month. Should you try to wait it out and let them self-correct, depending upon the severity? I guess that would be the history of it, depending upon what them falling off the wagon would feel like and what that looks like would be which direction you go. Two of Cups is here of where you love them, and whatever this is, in a lot of ways, you don't want to believe that they're doing whatever it is that they're doing, that you have suspicion. You like, I don't want to go down there, because you know the type of person that you become when that happens. And a lot of people don't think about that, but when you're dealing with a person with issues and problems and deceits and betrayals in the past, it's not just about the person that's doing the betrayal. It's what happens to the person that's being betrayed. And it is a truly horrible place to be. You turn into a completely different person, a different animal altogether. You almost don't even recognize yourself. It takes just as much for the person who has been betrayed to pull themselves back together and get back on track as it does for the person to rebuild the trust, the person who's the betrayer. Okay. Now, with the Two of Cups upright, you do have hope that you guys can come into alignment, that maybe if you begin to show that and ask certain questions, that it'll trigger them to get their shit together, and it won't have to even go that route. Dart of Cups is where you're still being kind and being empathetic and sympathetic to the person to say, okay, I'm not just going to jump off and, the advice asks you, don't jump off the deep end just yet. Okay, I'm going to show you what needs to happen, but you need to connect with me more so that you can really see what's going on for the situation that you find yourself in, and heart connect. Okay, and get into alignment with what the divine wants you to do. Okay, because it may be a whole different direction that you go, and not just the black and white of going at each other or going at this person, but more than likely the divine has a better way to handle this, because again, you guys have already been down this road before, and you don't want to derail yourself and put yourself go back in time either. That's not what you want to do. You want to keep things at present and moving it forward. So the Tower card in reverse, the divine has asked you at this point, please delay with making any accusations or even letting on that you are seeing something with this person in an expected way, you're you blah 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 blah. I see you're being weird lately, and this is changing. This is this, not that. You'll be guided on what to say, because the Lovers card in reverse here is letting you know that there is truly an imbalance with the divinity within the relationship. Okay, you two still love each other and care for each other and all of those things, because sad and sick as it sounds, this person lying and trying to hide from you is them trying to, in their own way, keep things together. They don't want to hurt you, but they still want to do what they want to do. They're trying to be two people at one time, trying to be in two places at one time. Human beings are not omnipotent. No, right? That's God's thing. So they're letting you know that the energy, the divinity within the two of you guys that holds you guys together, it's out of balance. And only God can pull that into balance. Only the God within you guys can pull that into balance. And first, you must connect. Before you ask them to make a change to see what's going on with them, you got to first get yourself together. Okay? All right, Aries. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time and your attention. I do appreciate you, darling. And remember that back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.